Welcome to the Sibling Rivalry MMA Podcast, quarantine episode 2. Still here at home, doing nothing.
Yeah, trying to stay busy, picking up some new hobbies, painting, a little indoor gardening, watching Tiger King a lot, which is my favorite thing ever.
I haven't done any of those yet, but yeah, I'm just chilling.
We asked for questions for the podcast because we said we were going to do it a couple nights ago and we got way too drunk and didn't do it. But the only question we got was from Zoe. He asked what our favorite quarantine show we've been watching is, and yeah, Tiger King. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch that.
I haven't watched anything new. I don't watch stuff like that, but South Park and Always Sunny in Philadelphia are always go-tos.
Mm-hmm.
So.
New season Always Sunny too.
So, not like a whole lot of news. One thing that's pretty important that happened is Jon Jones fucked up again. DWI and something with a gun. He had a gun in his car.
And they think he shot it, but they don't really know if it was him that shot it. I don't know. But yeah, he was well, they caught him. He was just parked, and then he told them he'd been driving drunk and he was going to do it again, which is bold.
There's a video. It's like 13 minutes of him doing a sobriety test, and he's fucking horrible at it. And he kept making up excuses, like, and saying weird shit. Like, they had him take 9 steps forward, stop, turn, and he took like 7 or 8, and then was like, "Let me redo it. I wasn't counting." And then he was like talking about having ADD, and then he did it again and couldn't do it. And then he had to count down from like 47, and he fucked it up immediately and was like, and then he said, "My daughter's dyslexic," and then he still just couldn't do it. Yeah, he did horrible on all of his tests, which I hate Jon Jones, but they started crying. Kind of made me feel bad, not because of like him as a person, but obviously he just has like problems.
Yeah.
Like there's something wrong with him. He's not just that dumb. Like there's something actually wrong with him. Like
I don't know. I mean, he's obviously keeps making the same mistakes and doing dumb shit. But yeah, he's got some things he needs to deal with. So it is. I mean, as much as I want to say, "Wow, what a fucking idiot," fuck you. I do kind of feel bad for him too. Something's wrong there.
But I'm sure he's not going to get any help he needs, and I'm sure the UFC's probably not going to do anything about it. And I'm sure this probably isn't the last time that this will happen. Because you got to think, as many times as he has gotten in trouble drunk driving, like, think of how much he actually does it and doesn't get caught. Like, this must be something he does, like, really often.
He might get his license taken away. Like, I mean, it's happened so many times, they might just be like, all right, you're done.
With what's going on right now, though, like, this is going to get pushed back. They're not going to do anything with this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the UFC doesn't do anything. I don't think he should be stripped of any. I mean, he won't be stripped of anything, but I saw some people calling for that. Thiago Santos actually was like, "You guys deserve a champion that doesn't do this shit. Me and Ray should fight for the title," which I actually think is kind of weak. But
I don't know. He should be in jail for sure. Like, how many DUIs can you get? Like, if you weren't a famous UFC champion, like, you'd be in jail and be out of a job for sure.
I don't know.
Like, you wouldn't have a job.
That shit really pisses me off, though. I hate when people drive drunk.
You know, Jon Jones does it and sits. And then he was like, they asked him what he was doing. He was like, "I was just being nice to the homeless people and treating them like normal human beings." Like, what are you supposed to treat them like? What do you mean? Like, that's nothing to be bragging about, and it makes no sense to why you're drunk driving.
Every now and then I just walk around and I just find some homeless people and I just talk to them.
Yeah. Treat them like normal human beings.
Ask them if they want some candy. I don't know.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what I think about the whole thing. I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
It's nothing
about it,
new.
honestly.
Like, it's not big news, really. It's like just another thing.
I thought it was something old that got retweeted. I thought it was one of those jokes.
I thought it was April Fool's joke because, like, I've lost complete track of the days. I thought it might have been April 1st when I looked at the text somebody sent me. And I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
This guy's just a fucking... Even on a quarantine, he can't not get in trouble.
Yeah.
So...
It's pretty easy not to get in trouble. Like, I don't think the cops are driving around, like, looking to fuck with people right now.
I mean, people just aren't doing anything. One of my friends that's a cop said that they have had, like, no calls barely since this stuff happened. Like, not a lot of stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Jon Jones found a way.
Yeah. Damn it, John. Also, Dana is still pretty adamant that these fights are going to happen in April.
They're definitely going to happen.
I don't see how the fuck that's possible.
They're doing Submission Underground right now.
Yeah.
They're definitely... These fights are happening, 100%.
But it's like Khabib's in Russia.
They're not going to fight in America.
Yeah, but any international travel, like, how are they going to pull that? I mean, it's kind of fucky that they're doing it.
No,
like,
I'm happy they're doing it.
I don't know, just any international travel right now, like, obviously, like, and they're wanting to get other people that are all in other countries, too, and get them all together to do this fight. Like, where's Ngannou live? He doesn't live in America, does he?
I think he does.
I don't know, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand how they're going to pull that off. But Dana White doesn't give a fuck about this. He's like saying all kinds of weird shit. Like he doesn't even think the coronavirus is a big deal. I don't know if he actually believes that. I think he's just kind of trying to make sure that he gets his money. But I don't know. If it does happen, it'll probably break the pay-per-view record.
I hope it does happen. And the card's going to be awesome. It's going to be Tony and Khabib. It's going to be Rose and Andrade. So those two for sure. Those fights for sure on. Then they're trying to do Ngannou and Rosenstrike. And it sounds like they're trying to do some other pretty big fights too. From some of the fights that got canceled. And let me look at what else was even on this card in the last few. Because I actually forget at this point what fights have been supposed to happen and what was on this card.
I don't know. I don't see how they're going to pull it off. It seems pretty irresponsible to me, honestly. Like, as much as I want to see this fight, like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But fuck it. I guess we'll see what happens. Dana White might be able to pull it off.
All right. So the last few cards that have been canceled, Woodley and Edwards, I know they were trying to get, but I'm sure those guys aren't going to fight.
Yeah.
They seem like pussies, so I'm sure that's not going to happen. There's, like, no other big fights on that card. Ngannou Rosenstrike. I know Garbrandt was already out of the Assunção fight before this stuff, so I'm sure that's off.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Overeem and Walt Harris. I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know what I think about that one. Esparza and Watterson, I don't think they're going to fight. I've seen videos of Watterson being in her house, like quarantined, just hanging out with her kids, so I'm pretty sure she's not training to fight. And then Khabib Tony is on. Andrade Rose is on. I'm sure if Khabib's fighting, Islam Makhachev is fighting, and he's fighting Alex Hernandez, so I bet that's on. Jeremy Stevens and Calvin Guitar, I'm sure don't give a fuck. So I'm sure they're probably going to fight still. Uriah Hall and Jacare. Uriah Hall doesn't seem like the type of guy that's going to fight during this.
Yeah.
So that's probably not happening. But, I mean, even with just those 4 fights, plus if they get Ngannou Rosenstrike, that card's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. No, the card would be cool. It's just that if they're doing it and if they should do it, I don't know. I think we need to just wait it out. But fuck it. I'll watch it if they do it.
No, you can't.
I can't.
No. Now if you're going to keep being so negative about it, can't watch it.
It's hard.
Don't support it then. Don't buy the pay-per-view. Don't watch it.
I'm going to watch it. I got to see this fight. But what else? I don't know. There's just nothing to fucking talk about. Nothing's happening. Khabib was even making it sound like they weren't going to do it. Like some post that he was saying, he was like talking about how this is more important than sport.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, but he's going to fight still.
He's making it seem doubtful. That's what I thought, but nobody even brought that up. I haven't seen anybody talk about that.
Tony's life's probably not even changed.
Tony didn't even know this is happening.
Yeah, his life is no different right now. Him and Eddie Bravo are just goofing off in the garage, probably.
Eddie Bravo told him it's just a big conspiracy and it's not real.
Yeah, people actually think shit like that, so I'm sure Eddie Bravo thinks it 100%. I'd love for him to go on Joe Rogan.
Who?
Eddie.
He's been on lately. They've already talked about it.
Oh, really?
He was on, they did a fight companion for the Brazil one, and they talked about it a lot.
I bet now he definitely thinks it's a conspiracy, though, after all this shit.
Yeah. He did then a little bit. I don't know. But that's another thing, like, how are people even, like, training? Because they're not supposed to be. They're not all supposed to be going to the gym and training. But I know somebody with a jiu-jitsu gym, and they're all still going and doing shit, which is, honestly, I think, frustrating to me.
Well, Tony's probably not really training with people, and Khabib's not in America. So those two...
Yeah, but all around the place, they're not supposed to be doing that.
This isn't a worldwide shutdown, though. Not every place is like that right now.
It should be.
I mean, it's not, though. Not every country even has it.
Russia does.
Yeah, but not everywhere. So, I mean, it can't be a worldwide shutdown if not every country has it.
I don't know. But, yeah, I just don't know how people are going to be training for these fights.
I don't give a shit how they do it.
Yeah.
As long as they do it.
Hope everybody looks like they're still in shape. We should make a Tony Ferguson training video.
We have like 6 chairs.
I mean, we can go outside, too.
Just jump on some chairs. I think one thing we're thinking about doing is a greatest fighter of all time tournament bracket thing. I did this before, like right when we started Sibling Rivalry MMA, when it was still doing third string sports. I think I did it on third string sports maybe though.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And we didn't have much of a following, and we didn't have a big MMA following for sure. I just had like some mostly football followers. So it was all right. I know Connor went a lot further than he should have just because of his name, but I feel like now that I actually have we have an MMA following, I think this tournament will be a lot better. So I'll probably start on that like right after we record this. I'll probably try to make out a bracket for it.
Yeah, let's
probably do like
that.
a 32-man bracket. So stay tuned for that. I mean, should we end the podcast or do I have nothing to talk about?
Yeah, we can mention another thing. Run It Back MMA messaged us. They're gonna like live stream a card, not a real card, on UFC 3. They're gonna have computers generate fights. They're just gonna put a bunch of fights together, and they're gonna have different people, podcasts, I assume, make predictions on it. And I don't know, it's just gonna be a competition, see who can pick them all right. And I think everybody's supposed to watch the stream, which. If somebody asked me to do that a few weeks ago, I would have definitely said no. But when he messaged me that, I was like, oh shit, that sounds awesome. Because there's nothing to watch or bet on or make predictions on. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So yeah, that's Run It Back MMA. I think that's just their Twitter name. Let me make sure.
When's that start?
I think it's next weekend. So that's at Run It Back MMA, yeah.
Dang, I can't wait. I'm just building up my anticipation.
Yeah.
To watch some Twitch fights.
I think
you should make a promo and a press conference.
Yeah. I think I actually work next week, and I might not even be able to see it. But fuck.
No.
I'll still make the picks.
Didn't request off for that one.
No. I have April 18th off, though, just in case.
He needs to make it where we can gamble on this.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'll pick the underdog in all of them. It's a video game.
Well, you think they're going to have a line?
Yeah. They have betting lines for Madden and 2K right now.
Yeah. But not for this one, I don't think. Yeah, so can we bet on... I'm not betting on video games. I'll bet on this one, though.
Yeah, fuck it.
If any other podcasts want to make some bets, got Venmo.
Alright. I mean, I don't know. We probably won't do another podcast for a little bit.
There's nothing to talk about. This kind of sucks.
Our next one, we'll probably talk about our bracket we made, I guess. And if there's any news, which there probably won't be any news. Like, I assume this fight card is gonna they're gonna say it's on until if it's not on, they're not gonna say anything till last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's probably gonna be no news on that. Maybe there will be news on who's fighting, but you would think we would have already known that by now. Like I'm sure the fighters know who's fighting and who's not. Yeah. Because they got to be training. But
they still aren't for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure if they're out, they're out. Like they have already said something.
But yeah, let's make that bracket, and that's what our next podcast will be. We'll just go run through our picks for it, but we'll post the stuff for people to vote on. Hopefully people actually vote on it. But yeah, that's what we'll do next time. We'll just roll through and talk about the best fighters of all time. Something to do. Fuck it.
All right. So shout out Big Heads Media putting us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all that shit. And we'll see you guys whenever there's some news.
Yeah.